We should be live. Did
Yeah,
I
should
upload
be.
last week's episode? First
I think
question.
so. Pretty sure you did.
No, because there was no last week's episode.
Well, you uploaded the previous episode. You did upload episode 8, so
Okay,
that's good.
okay. I was like, I checked that so many times because I kept going, I didn't upload last week's episode. Oh wait, we didn't have an episode last week. I didn't upload it.
Yeah.
I honestly got my week super confused because we didn't do the podcast. I was like
Mhm.
really sick last weekend. Well, not really sick,
Yeah.
but I was super out of it because of medication issues.
Mhm.
Which is partly why we ended up not doing it last week. That and technical issues and all kinds of fun
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
But
issues on top of issues last week.
yeah, every day was some new adventure to try to fix. But
Yeah.
we did it. We're here. We got a double episode for y'all.
Yeah.
It's me, robots.
And me last week. Yeah. We're here. Shenanimegans S7 E9, season 7. So yeah, shall we get right into it? Because I think we're gonna have a lot to talk about this week.
Yeah,
So,
we're gonna have a lot.
yeah.
Jump into news, which
Yeah.
I swear there was more news than this. I think after a certain point, we just forgot and stopped
Yeah.
checking. But that's okay. We got.
Yeah, this is a little old at this point, but yeah, we got the. I think this announcement came out like right after last week's episode or something.
12
Or
days
the
ago.
previous one.
12 days ago. November
Mm.
27th.
Yeah.
God,
This
that's a
was-
month ago! Duh!
God, that was last month. That's right. Yeah, this is live action Cowboy Bebop. What could possibly go wrong?
I mean,
Ugh.
it's taken them like 30 years to get it done. The show hasn't been out that long, but
Yeah.
they've been talking about it since it pretty much first aired.
Mhm.
So hopefully, over all that time, they'll have gotten it right.
Yeah. I hope they get Keanu Reeves for Spike Spiegel because he was supposed to be.
Or at
He's
least
supposed
one
to
of
play
the
that role in the
characters.
movie. Yeah.
He would make a good Vincent.
I don't remember who Vincent is, but I'll just agree with you.
Isn't, maybe I have the wrong name, isn't Vincent the dude with the bird and the sword?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't remember. That show.
Like the other guy from the, from the Mafia?
Maybe, I think. Like Spike's kind of rival dude.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, I don't remember his name at all.
He
I
could
barely
make a
remember.
good him, I think, too.
Yeah. Just put Keanu Reeves in everything. He's good.
I am curious though, because they aren't going movie, they're going live
Mhm.
action series, which I don't think has been done before for anime
No.
adaptations. I can't think of live action TV
Yeah.
show, which might actually work better, because a lot of the time they mess up the adaptation because they try to fit too much in one thing. They'll be like,
Yeah.
let's fit both Ghost in the Shell movies and the standalone complex TV show all in one movie. It's like, fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Like-
just way too much.
Yeah, so maybe that's been the issue the whole time is moderation, maybe? So,
Mm-hmm.
no.
It says it's going to be a 10-episode thing, so
Mhm.
it's pretty good.
By the same studio
Yeah.
doing the One Piece live action Hollywood film. Also,
Yeah.
Original creator Shinichiro Watanabe will serve as a creative consultant. So the original creator he's working on it. He gets a say in
Mhm.
it, thank God.
Yeah.
And we have Chris Yost, who's the screenplay writer for Thor: The Dark World, which was and Thor Ragnarok, which is pretty good.
Mm.
I think it's screenplay writer, right? Not director. Like, clearly he's a good screenplay writer.
Mm-hmm.
It's about which director they have.
Yeah. That's true. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see on this one.
You know,
Yeah, I
did they
think-
say the director at all?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just the screenplay guy. It just says he's going to do the first episode. Didn't say if he'll do all 10 or not, so.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mm.
Keanu had noted in 2009 that it's being rewritten and cut down because the script was overly ambitious, so maybe Netflix picked up and was like, this is really ambitious. Let's just give you more time to
Mm.
work with so it's not too much for the movie role. Because again, that's the biggest
Yeah.
issue is Seems like people are too over ambitious about it. But I'd be very curious to see Keanu Reeves in it. I don't know. I mean, he doesn't age, so he could probably play
Yeah.
Spike still.
Yeah.
I want him to have some role in it, even if it's just like a side character.
Yeah. 'Cause I want to say in that like original 2000 project when Fox was gonna do a movie for it, I want to say he was like really excited to do it because he's a big fan.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's true.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So I would just like to see him involved in some way, just because he seems like a nice guy. He should get to be in the things he wants to be in.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like a lot of the Matrix people were actually super into anime. Like, they made the Animatrix.
Oh yeah.
It was largely inspired by Akira. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think a
I mean,
lot of
the
people from that, like, production
Mm-hmm.
run in the same circles of sci-fi that Cowboy Bebop's in.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the Matrix, because the Matrix was basically the first live-action anime movie, so yeah,
basically,
it makes sense.
the only good live-action anime movie.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a good, from what I've heard, I still need to watch it. There's a good live-action manga movie I never knew about. Have you
Really?
heard of Edge of Tomorrow?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
It's based on the manga All You Need Is Kill.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah,
had
that's
no
right.
idea. I never knew that.
Yeah.
Because the
I
name's
always
so
forget.
different. Why didn't they stick
Yeah.
with fucking All You Need Is Kill?
Isn't there's like some other weird name thing with that word?
Yeah, it
It's
has like a side.
live, die, repeat or something.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
in
live,
other
die,
territories. Oh god, that movie's weird.
Yeah, I went through so many weird naming issues, and that's, I think, one of the reasons why no one saw it. But
Hmm.
yeah, it was being marketed by its tagline, Live, Die, Repeat, despite it not being the name. Oh, apparently the home release was renamed to Live, Die, Repeat. What?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I remember something like, oh, they were gonna have it called Live Die Repeat, but then they changed the name to Edge of Tomorrow for the American release, and then they
Why
like
not?
changed in other regions as well. I think
Why not just All You Need Is Kill?
because that's not grammatically correct.
So, it stands out. Uh, and it makes it clear that's anime
Oh.
adaptation. But of course, they don't want to
Oh.
admit that white people can't make amazing stuff. So,
Mhm. I was just looking at this Wikipedia page and it said a sequel titled Live, Die, Repeat, and Repeat is in development.
oh god,
It's
no!
fantastic.
What a great name. I'm curious though.
But they'll probably just change the name to be Edge of Tomorrow and the Day After or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe the manga was released as an omnibus because there's 2 volumes. I believe
Mhm.
it's released both of them together, and a lot of people I've seen have said it's one of their favorite like single volume series. Even though it's 2 in 1.
Interesting.
But it's I think a little harder to find now because it came out in 2014. And then
Yeah.
that's an adaptation of a light novel from 2004, which that would be interesting to read, but probably hard to find because that's 14 years ago. How much of it has
Yeah.
changed since then? Like, how much of it through the adaptations has changed and grown?
Hmm.
I don't know. It's a neat series. I'd love to actually read it
Yeah.
sometime, watch a movie. Moving on, though, because we have a lot of stuff, and we've spent
Yeah.
entirely too much time on this.
Speaking of adaptations, Crunchyroll and Adult Swim said they're going to be adapting Blade Runner into another anime series. After they did the Blade Runner Blackout 2022 anime movie, they're going to do a full series now called Black Lotus.
Yeah. I'm curious
Yeah.
if we'll follow the people from that short. But I'm also
Mm.
super excited. Shinji
Yeah.
Aramaki from Appleseed and Kenji Kamiyama of the Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex are directing all the episodes.
Yeah.
And Shinichiro Watanabe is going to be creative producer who did the other show and is also doing the creative stuff on the live action Cowboy Bebop because he's the creator. So that's that's a powerhouse team. Like,
That is.
Appleseed is one of the most underappreciated like sci-fi anime, I think, because at the
Oh,
time it was like,
totally.
ew, CG, because it was one of the very first to really dive into CG, and
Mhm.
it's still better than a lot of CG you do today. Like, what they were doing at the time was incredible. The first
Yeah.
Appleseed movie is one of my favorite sci-fi movies. I think I only ever saw the first two. There's so much of it now, but it's hard to track, so I want to go back and like
Yeah.
rewatch them and try again, just like pull up a list of all the media and go through it because I love that series in that world.
hmm The only Appleseed thing I've seen is Appleseed Alpha. It's a more recent movie, but it's really good. I like it a lot. I've seen it 2 or 3 times. It's a good thing.
I'd
Yeah, I want to go
recommend.
back and watch all the other stuff.
Yeah, I highly recommend the first movie. It might be a bit jarring to watch it now, animation-wise,
Yeah.
but I think it still hands up to a degree. It's just
hmm
more like watching sort of video game models
Yeah.
than
Okay.
like nowadays animation. Because
hmm
God, when was the first
Uh,
Appleseed?
First
I think it
Appleseed,
was like 2000.
1988.
Oh,
There was an OVA in 88. The first movie was in '04.
yeah, yeah. I was gonna say '03.
That's
I was
probably what you meant.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like the director of it, which is a Masamune Shirow series. Right? Yes, Shinji Aramaki's like I believe a director from Appleseed. I believe he's the original
hmm
director, but Appleseed's also a Masamune Shirow series,
Yeah.
which he doesn't want to load his Wikipedia page, but I'm pretty sure he's also Wikipedia load. Yeah, he did Ghost in the Shell too. Like he did both of them.
hmm
They're literally cut from the same cloth.
Yeah.
Appleseed was the predecessor to Ghost in the Shell, and it's
hmm
very different but very similar. It's very interesting. It's neat. It's neat though how his single Appleseed manga has like grown into its own sort
Um,
of world from all these other creators who have gone to work with it.
yeah. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, very excited about the Blade Runner thing
Looking
series.
really weirdly looking at it, Masamune Shirow actually hasn't worked on too much stuff. Like Black
Yeah. Yeah.
Magic, which we've been
hmm
talking about possibly watching. I didn't know it was by him too.
Yeah.
Appleseed,
Yeah.
Dominion, which is another sci-fi, which looks interesting. Ghost in the Shell, Orion, which I've never heard of. Dominion C1, which is like a follow-up, and then more
hmm
Ghost in the Shell and Pandora and the Crimson Shell, which
Hmm.
the best Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
I'm curious if they might all potentially tie together because he does like connecting his like worlds, right?
hmm I bet that like the reason his name isn't on much stuff now is he probably works a lot in an advisory role since he's in like Ghost in the Shell and
Mm-hmm.
Appleseed and all these like kind of bigger franchises. He's probably get pulled in a lot of stuff like to advise on stuff and
Well,
talk about things, but not to be like directly involved with
I think he's made so
authoring
much.
things.
I think he's made so much money off Ghost in the Shell he doesn't have to.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Yeah. He's actually worked on like Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. What? What?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he's
I was
worked
like
on
character design or something.
stuff. Yeah, he's worked on a few films like the different Appleseed and Ghost in the Shell. That's pretty much all the films he's worked on.
hmm
He hasn't worked on too much outside of his own stuff. I think he just makes so much money off royalties on Ghost in the Shell. He doesn't have to. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, his manga, which is what I was looking at, which like his original works, right? Ghost in the Shell 2 was 2001. Ghost in the Shell 1.5 human error processor was 2003. The next thing he did was Pandora and the Crimson Shell, and he just made the concept and let someone else write it based on his
Yeah.
idea. He's done a lot of art books though, which is neat.
Yeah.
Various
That's cool.
work. But yeah, it's pretty interesting where it's
hmm
gone.
Yeah.
Neat creative
hmm
person. I would like.
Yeah. Yeah. hmm I'm going to our final news
Yeah.
thing here. So Funimation and Hulu have signed a new streaming deal for new anime, which is weird since Funimation just ended a deal like this with Crunchyroll.
Yeah. Uh. Yeah, that's a big. It makes you
Yeah.
question why they ended it, because they're saying they were ending
Yeah.
it because they were gonna move to like their own streaming site, Well, like that's the rumors, right? PlayStation's making, or not PlayStation, Sony's making their own
Sorry.
site.
Yeah.
That like their Funimation's owned by them. Of course, they just bring their stuff, and now they're making a deal with Hulu, who's another streaming, which I think might hint that Sony might just buy out Hulu. That might be their move.
Maybe. Yeah.
They might just buy Hulu.
Might be.
Hulu's VP of content says they want to get 20 series subtitled and dubbed per year. I mean, a lot of them are going to be through Funimation. But that's bullshit because Hulu's not in Canada. Like, it's only in the States.
Oh, yeah.
Hulu is only in the States. Crunchyroll is at least most in North America. Like, and they're like, yeah, we're taking, like, My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan. It's like, you're not making friends with this move because you're isolating so many people who could watch it on Crunchyroll and now have to resort to pirating it. Like,
Yeah.
you're not supporting the industry with this move at all, unless if Sony buys out and opens up to more regions. That's the one thing they can do.
Yeah.
Because, like, fuck it, won't be able to watch half the major shows if this goes through. Like, I'm fucked. Because Hulu's a piece of shit, and it always has been.
Yeah. So, such a weird thing. Weird and bad.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be buying Blu-ray to watch anything I ever want to watch, apparently. If I want to see it legally.
Oh, it's so expensive, though.
I just bought so much because there's a bunch of sales.
Yeah. Still, though, it's a lot compared to just paying for a streaming service. Ugh. Anyway. This will be weird to see how big of a deal this is.
Yeah. Getting first pick on their titles. As long as... Because it's their first pick, right? If they're only taking the American rights, there's a chance that, like, Hulu will pay well for that, and then they'll sell the secondary rights real cheap to, like, High Dive or Crunchyroll for Canada, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I would doubt that. I don't know. That, like, I could see a world of way that happening, but I don't think it actually would happen.
And this is so bullshit, too. It's like, Chief Digital Officer of Funimation's parent company, Sony Pictures Television, explained that Funimation is aiming to play bigger with this deal with Hulu. It's like, they're American only. That's not fucking bigger. Like, you've just fucked over half of, the continent. How is that bigger? No, you've gone to a smaller audience. Less people use Hulu. It's like, well... It's more every day, more people have it. Then make a deal with fucking Netflix if you want. Like, dipshits. Fucking. I'm very, very vocal about how I dislike companies that do stuff like this. Like, Amazon Prime, go fuck yourself. Like, this deal, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, this sucks.
Just for this, I will admit I haven't been paying to watch Josei because fuck Funimation.
Yeah.
I've been watching in glorious 240p on my 4K TV. It's fucking awful.
Well, this show doesn't deserve much better than that.
So old, like, and the fact that I could watch it legally and then it got taken away like 3 episodes before the end, it's like, yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. So yeah, that was it for news. That's the last of it for us this week. So yeah, shall I move on to the stuff we've been watching?
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
2 weeks worth of stuff, so...
Yeah. Got all kinds of things to talk about. Do you want to start us off?
Okay, sure, yeah. So...
Alright.
I've actually watched anime this week. Amazing. Nice. I know. So I watched... Well, I got a nice 55-inch 4K TV. I saved up. I bought it on Black Friday. It finally arrived just like last week. It's gorgeous. I immediately, like, all these shows I've had on hold, I'm fucking binging them. Like, except I haven't because Smash Ultimate came out, so...
Oh, yeah.
And there's a league event that I need to get points for a skin I want. But...
Of course.
It's the new Akali skin. It's the prestige one where she's all in gold.
Oh,
It looks super cute.
nice.
But yeah, so I watched 2 episodes of Planet With last night.
Oh yeah.
That show is a show.
Yeah, it sure is.
It's very interesting watching the mainstream Japanese fetishes through anime.
Mhm.
Like, it was all Little Sisters, all from like 2008, just going up, 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 and then it peaked.
Mhm.
And there's too much at once, and our manga broke everyone's minds. And then we got like the parody of the genre, A Sister's All You Need, and from there, there's nowhere left to go. Little
Yeah.
Sisters are out, Vor is in.
Yeah.
Look at Planet With. It doesn't even hide it. It's just Vor left and right.
Oh yeah.
I love how weird the series is, but it's starting to get a bit more generic by episode 4. Like
Yeah.
his backstory, I remember now, but it's still neat. It's still fun. And then
Mhm.
there's also like that Dragon Pilot show I haven't watched yet, but that also has a ton of Vor.
Oh
So you
yeah.
pilot the dragons, they eat the girls.
I didn't know that. That's
Little
weird.
Sisters are out. Vor is in. You heard it here
Yeah.
first, folks. Next big thing in anime. Uh,
Yeah.
But yeah, weird show. I'm enjoying it. It's a
Yeah.
good show to like turn your brain off and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Weed
I
is
feel
legal
like
now
I've-
in Canada. I
Yeah. I feel like after the first 4 episodes, the show actually kind of tones down the weirdness of like it stops having these really weird reveals, and it's just kind of stays at the same level of weirdness it's already at. But it still has some very strange reveals later on. So yeah, you should keep watching that.
yeah, I mean, I'm still enjoying
You
it.
saw the spaceship, right?
The one that's just
The-
Sensei again,
Yeah, it's so
and
good.
then all the upside down babies.
Yeah.
I saw it. I'm just like tracking guard. Not again.
Oh, yeah. That's a silly show.
Yeah, that's been fun. And then
Mhm.
I forgot to update this because I finished the episode right before we went live. I've watched
Ooh.
2 episodes of A Place Farther Than the Universe, so I'm at episode 6 now. It's
Mhm.
another one I really loved, but it's hard for me to watch, and it still is.
Oh yeah.
But it is gorgeous, especially when I can watch it in like a good definition. It's like, oh,
Hmm.
it's gorgeous.
it's
I've cried during
such a
each
good
of the
show.
last episodes.
Oh yeah.
Of the 6 episodes, I think I've cried during 4 of them so
Yeah.
far. Like, I don't cry easily. I mean, I do cry
Yeah.
super easily. I just avoid content that makes me cry. So the fact that I'm
Yeah.
still like in this all the way, like let's do it, should tell you how amazing this show is.
Yeah.
I can't wait
This
to
show,
see this.
at least this show is like it's a happy crying. Like it's so cute and adorable and
Oh no,
genuine.
no, it's not a happy crying. It's like the fucking
Oh.
where it's like I've been like. I was actually really relying on you, even though you said like that
Yeah.
scene just destroyed me because it's so relatable.
Yeah.
But
Oh, that show's really good though.
yeah, it's real good. And then the last anime I watched, though I have manga to go through quite a bit. I watched
Mhm.
Redline.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, I watched that yesterday as well. I'm so glad I waited till I had a decent TV to watch this because it's fucking
Mhm.
gorgeous.
Oh,
It's
so
hard
good.
to believe this is from like 2009. It's
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like the aesthetic's so cool, the plot's cool. My one quip is, I wish we got to see a bit more of the race being actual racing because that was really
Mhm.
fun. The parts we saw.
Yeah.
But I understand why it wasn't because there's a movie in there I had so much time
Yeah.
and they didn't want to cut some of the scenes to build character growth because then you wouldn't be invested. So it's like I fully understand why they did it.
Yeah.
I just wish there was a full TV series of this where I could just watch the fucking over-the-top races. I need to find if there's
Oh, yeah.
crazy sci-fi car race anime like a fucking Captain Falcon show or something.
I've heard of there's like Cyber Race GP or something. There is some racing show I've heard of. Some sci-fi racing show. What's it called?
We'll search it up. I know there's cyber basketball.
There's Future GPX is what it's called. And it's like there's a bunch of OVAs in the series.
Shit.
Or IGPX is what I was thinking of. One Grand Prix.
Oh,
But yeah,
there's
there is. So yeah. Got weird racing shows if we can go that way.
there's Mach Go 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 from 1967. Speed
Oh.
Racer. Shit, it's not the same. But
Mhm.
yeah, Redline was gorgeous. It was
Oh yeah.
fantastic. I love. I absolutely love the plot. Like, I think every time I hear people talk about it, it's always the visuals, which are amazing, the
Oh yeah.
soundtrack, which is amazing, but they never talk about the
Oh.
character development, which is like the depth to characters, which is
Hmm.
really interesting, really fun. Like, kind of sussing out how everyone fits into this, and then like even the side characters, the other races you don't see much. They have such personality and such defined like individualism. It's so great. And then the whole
Hmm.
plot of it almost brings into question if all the other countries are using this race as an excuse to expose Machine World because it's like
Hmm.
building bioweapons and stuff, despite going, you're invading us, and it's like you're breaking like all the Geneva Conventions here.
Yeah. God, that
Funkyboy.
just. Oh yeah.
I love that name.
Yeah.
We mustn't let them wake Funkyboy.
Oh my god, right.
How
I'd
could they?
forgotten who fucking boy was.
How
So
could
good.
they say that with like such straight faces? It was fantastic. Oh, that was a fantastic movie. I had a lot
Oh,
of
it's
fun with it.
amazing.
Yeah,
It's one of my favorite anime things ever. It's so good.
it is really good. I've got like a whole list of like backlog Blu-ray I've just
Hmm.
piled up and I'm gonna start watching through. Most of them I'm like halfway
Nice.
through the show or whatever. Or it's
Hmm.
like I watched ages ago but can't remember what happened in the last few episodes. So I'm like, I'm gonna just rewatch it. But
Yeah.
next movie tomorrow night I'm probably watching Nausicaa: The Valley of the Wind. I just got the Blu-ray for
Ooh.
Christmas last year
Yeah.
and I haven't watched it yet. Oh no, it's from my birthday, so only since May.
Ah.
Not
Oh.
that long ago. But yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet because I watched it so much as a kid. It was like what got me into anime before I knew it was anime. Like I always say,
Hmm.
the first anime I watched was called Captors because it's the first one I really knew was anime. I saw Nausicaa: The Valley of the Wind before, but never knew it was anime. The
Oh.
company I work at now, my mom has worked at since before I was born. They
Hmm.
used to in what is now, it's not even a workout room. It's like an extra entrance to a board meeting room. They
Hmm.
used to have a little video rental shop as like a bonus for the people who work that you could get super cheap. I don't know why. That was the thing in like the 90s. And they rented
Yeah.
Nausicaa from it. It was amazing. I kept watching all the way through, but I only watched it from halfway through because it didn't rewind all the way. And on like the third time renting it, I realized I'm like, this doesn't make sense for it to start here. And I hit rewind again after it stopped rewinding, and it went all the way back. And I was like, it blew my mind. It
Yeah.
was so good. I love that movie. It's
Yeah.
so I can't wait to watch it because the new Blu-ray has like crazy people for the dub. Like I think it has Gandalf, like
Wow.
it's Patrick Stewart. That's
Yeah.
no Ian
That's
McKellen.
no. Yeah, Ian
I
McKellen, I think.
I
Wait,
think it
I
has
don't remember.
both of them. I'm not sure. Let me grab this Blu-ray here because it's actually
Mm.
crazy who they have on here
Yeah.
for their vocal talents. Of course it's at the bottom of the pile. So
Hmm.
I have
Of
to like
course.
almost knock everything over. Yeah, it has Patrick Stewart, Shia LaBeouf, Uma Thurman. Like,
Wow, that's a wild cast.
yeah, I know. I'm excited. I'm gonna watch the dub because I don't think I've ever done that. So yeah, exciting.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, that's all that I had watched. But I did read a
Hmm.
bunch.
Oh.
So I've read some of this manga called uh, "His Son is So Cute It Can't Be Helped, Demon Mother," or
Uh,
Musuko ga Kawakute Shikataganai Mazoku no Hahayo. That's a butchering of the pronunciation. I'm sorry. But it's about a demon who has a kid. She's become a new mother, and like her
oh.
sister hanging out and this other human person hanging out around and helping out, and it's cute. But it has some tropes where it's like way too much. Just isn't he cute? Isn't he cute? And it's like almost grossly, isn't he cute from the mom?
Hmm.
But everyone kept saying it starts to get better farther, and I read the first 20 chapters. People are telling me it gets better farther in because it starts getting into like The politics behind like the demons living with humans and stuff, which seems
Mm-hmm.
interesting, but I haven't gone there yet.
Cool.
It's mostly
Cool.
lighthearted. I have to like pull all these up to see because it's been 2 weeks. I
Yeah.
read more of that. I like Opie, best in the world. That Yuri that's just about groping. I realized the author who does it is
Yeah.
the same one who does Jahi-sama, which is another one I liked a lot. Which is like the second in the demon world who's now stuck in the human world.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah. See, I finished some stuff too, didn't I? No, I didn't. I talked about Christ Girls already. There was another Yuri called Looking for You in My Dream, or you may know Naka de Kimi wo Sagashite. I've read 5 chapters. It's about a girl who, whenever she falls in love with someone, anytime, like, if they confess her, she forgets them completely.
Oh.
And her best friend, who's, like, supporting her through it, but it's, like, kind of plays up that she doesn't actually remember her best friend properly because she fell in love with her or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts off rather just charming and sweet and fluffy, and then it starts to, by 5 chapters, it starts getting into some darker stuff with like another old childhood friend coming back and like trying to manipulate them because of that, because she's a shitty person. But yeah, it's Yuri, and I don't have enough, so I'm gonna read it.
Nice.
See, was there anything else? I know there's one other thing, but I think there might have been something else. When was our last episode?
Oh, ages ago.
26. Okay. So there's a few things. There's actually quite a few things.
Mm-hmm.
So Hananiya Rashi, which is just a very cute shoujo slice of life about 2 girls dating.
Mm-hmm.
Read some more of that. More of it got translated. It's super cute. I hope it gets picked up here. I'd love to buy it. I'm thinking of adding it to the 7 Seas What Do You Want brought over list.
Yeah.
I read some more My Ball. It's coming out. It's really weird. It's coming out like not full chapters at a time. It's like a third of a chapter at the time.
Oh.
It's really weird. I'm really sad. World Trigger isn't on Shonen Jump anymore. I haven't been able to read more of it. It's on Jump Squared. I tried asking, like, is there any chance of that being translated? I got ignored on Twitter.
Oh.
But,
Yeah.
because they were announcing this big new thing where it's like when you subscribe to Shonen Jump, now it's not buying a volume per month. It's a subscription where you get all of the backlog.
Huh.
Which, that's the other news thing. That's the other news thing I couldn't remember.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. If you subscribe to Shonen Jump, now you get all the backlog, which is pretty cool. So you can
Yeah,
catch
that
up.
is cool.
But yeah. So can't watch World Trigger. I started reading Komi-san with Komyusha Death. I had read the one-shot ages ago, and it's pretty funny. This poor girl who's bad at communicating. It's really, really popular right now. You see it around a lot. It's like kind of replaced what the heck is it called? The Tama one.
Oh, Tommy-chan? Oh. I don't remember.
Tomo-chan wa Ononoko.
Oh.
Which is now also from 7 Seas, which I need to pick up the vaults.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Tomo-
it's kind of replaced that for the most popular Porikoma romance right now.
Okay.
But it's alright. It's got interesting side characters. There's one girl who's like convinced herself, like Komi's like, let's be friends, and she's like, I'm not worth it, I'll be your dog instead. And it's like, mood.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? And yeah, and then the last thing I read, I binge read the last 10 volumes of Tagami Bachi Letterby because I bought them all on sale a while ago. I hadn't read them yet. I was like, I need to be in the right mood. And I hit this point where I'm just like, I want to cry. And I binged the entire second half, and it was fantastic. I loved it. I understand what people say about it being rushed at the end. That's the only reason I couldn't give it a 10. The ending is really rushed. There's a lot of stuff not fully um, wrapped up well, but it's such a gorgeous series. It's so much fun. I still
Mm-hmm.
love it start to finish. I just wish there was that tiny bit more. But highly recommend. One of my absolute favorite shonens of all time. And I think that's new Ruby. New Ruby.
Oh, oh,
Ruby.
yeah,
I forget every week to talk about it, but Ruby's fantastic. Go watch Ruby. Catch
yeah,
up. Catch up, please. And there's a character in Ruby. You know how they're all based off stuff, right?
yeah.
Spoilers.
Oh,
Spoilers. I'll say this very not obvious to other people. So you remember when we did Jing,
yes.
and there's the Time World, and there was that one person we were really confused about who they were or why they were in it, and they were a pun, and they lived in the sewer.
Oh, yeah,
Apparently that's something from some kind of like fantasy story, because there's a character that's the same character based in Ruby.
oh, okay.
Their semblance uses clocks. They've got the
Mhm.
pointy teeth. Like, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
in the newest episode. I think they're just a one-off character, but ooh, they also have a really shitty British accent. I love it. It's like the really Hockney, like
Mm-hmm.
over the top. Oh, it's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They sound like an Australian tracer who's drunk. It's so good.
Yeah.
God, the whole scene with them is fantastic.
Mm.
You've gotta catch up, man. You gotta
Yeah,
catch up.
been working on it.
Yeah.
I'll work on it more soon.
What else
Yeah.
have you been working on then? Since I'm all done.
Well, since we're just talking about it, I have some thoughts on Ruby, on Volume 4 at least, because that's what I finished. I
Volume
haven't started on Volume 5 yet. Yeah. It was weird. It felt like this, it's like Volume 3 kind of like reset basically everything about Ruby, from like the whole world to where all these characters were going and what's going on in their lives. And so Volume 4 feels like it's doing so much like rebuilding after that. Some more literal than others, but like it's been so much time having to go through all these characters and like show like where they are and what they're doing and what's going on, that there's like really not a whole lot of main plot that goes on for most of that volume.
Mm-hmm.
So then when it gets to the end and they fight that weird horse rider demon thing, it's like this is the big climactic battle that doesn't feel like it should be.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels like this is the first half of the season of a show.
I fully agree. It's one of those issues where they ram themselves into a corner where they need a climactic battle at the end of every season, but it's like you
Yeah.
don't. Like that
Yeah.
voice thing didn't need to be there, or it could have been earlier. They could have saved the Tyrion fight for the end. Except then
Mhm.
there's not that. Oh, we have to get through this thing without Crow.
Yeah.
And we get Nora and Ren's backstory, but Nora is
Mhm.
not really. We don't really get hers. Hers just revolves around Ren's. We don't know what happened before that, so it's like.
Yeah.
Weiss the whole season is fantastic though, telling off her dad,
Mm.
summoning boys to attack rich snobs. I love it.
God. As much as I like what Weiss was doing, I thought that was so dull.
Yeah, it
It's like it's
was.
just like rich people
That-
being bad. I'm like, ugh, I'm so tired of this.
That whole season is really dull. But as you were saying,
Yeah.
it was like rebuilding everything. It really was, because that
Mhm.
was the first season like fully without Monty's input, because
Yeah.
he passed away at the end of Volume 2, I think. But
Oh.
they had or like shortly after,
Hmm.
or the very beginning of Volume 3. I can't quite remember.
Yeah. But he had like done work on Volume 3.
Yeah,
Nothing
they
to
had a
finish.
decent amount of work done. So
Okay.
4 I think
Interesting.
was the first. I mean, he had enough work done that stuff they're doing now, like he still had a touch at.
Hmm.
Like, because him, Karen, Miles did plan out the entire plot beforehand. Like
Mhm.
they've said they've had an ending since season 1. So,
Yeah.
but
That's good.
yeah, it's I think them getting used to that, them getting used to Maya, you can really tell in the animation.
Oh yeah.
Suffered a
Totally.
lot. It gets so much better by Volume 5, and 6 is absolutely gorgeous.
Right. Looking forward to it then.
Mhm.
So,
It,
yeah.
you know how it took sort of 3 seasons? Season 3
Mhm.
was like where it was like super amazing, really great, it kind
Mhm.
of does the same thing again. Season
Okay.
5 is like season 2. It's like it has really high points, but it has some really awkward stuff as well. And
Mhm.
season 6 has just been absolutely like non-stop fantastic the whole way through so far.
Okay.
There's a new Grim introduced, and it's so cool. I can't
Ooh.
wait for you to watch it because it's the type of Grim you would love, I think.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I'll try and get through Volume 5
It's
soon.
it's much easier to get through than Volume
Yeah.
4.
Okay. So yeah, just watched a couple other things. So you remember at the beginning of the season when we saw there was like a cute penguin show, but then it didn't get localized or no one was bringing it over officially? Well, I found the first 3 episodes of it
I
has been
don't
fan
know.
translated. Oh, it's called Chitose-chan. It's called something else, but that's the name of the penguin. Is Chitose-chan. And it's this cute penguin who just travels around Japan. Mm, I don't know. It was. I don't know what I was expecting from this show, but I was like kind of hoping it would just be. It's like a really cute and fluffy thing, and this is like not very good. It's unfortunate. Uh, but like yeah, it feels like it's supposed to be a tourism show. 'Cause you know how some shows are paid for by like tourism boards to promote
Yeah.
certain places. It feels like it was meant to be that, but it's like doing a pretty bad job.
Mm.
It's not. It's like the episodes are so short that they can't get into much detail on things. I don't know. It's a weird show. Only the first 3 episodes got uh, translated, so I don't know that it's going to get any more.
Maybe that's why it's only the first 3 that got translated. I'm still trying to find this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna find it, I swear.
yeah. I can send
There's
you the
so
link
many
on.
kid shows.
Oh yeah,
There's
send
new
you the link in
Zoids.
Discord if you just want to pull it up. Yeah, there's new Zoids.
Oh,
There's gonna be a new Zoids game
I didn't
coming out.
realize that was this season. Nice.
I didn't know it was this season either.
Well, continuing, so it's last season and this season.
Oh, huh.
Huh. Oh, I found it.
Ah, good.
Koshiyasu Chitose-chan. It's gonna
Yeah,
be
there it
24 episodes. You have 21 episodes left. You gotta watch it. It's penguins.
Nope.
Just watch A Place Farther from the Universe again. There's so many penguins in it. Every episode.
Yeah.
I'm keeping my
Yeah.
eye out for them.
Yeah. So yeah, it was that show. That was a weird thing to watch. And then also it just came out today, but the first episode of Saint Seiya Show, which is a spin-off of Saint Seiya with the focus on some of the women characters. It's really bad.
Oh,
It's
is it?
really bad. Oh yeah.
I wanted
It
to pick up
is.
the manga. Seven Seas has it.
Oh.
I loved Saint Seiya as a kid. I was like, female based. Oh god, the animation! I'm looking at the trailer.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's like they didn't learn from Sailor Moon Crystal. And they're like, let's stick with the original design. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is?
It's really bad.
So what I'm
Oof.
hearing is, if you want to watch this, just read the manga instead.
Probably.
I'm sure the manga would look better. Oh my god! There's one where the eye is just the entire side of her head. Look at this
Yeah.
still. Look at this. It's
Their
like,
eyes are so far apart all the time. It's so terrible.
look, it's like completely on the sides of her head. She's like a
Yeah.
frog or something. Jeez,
It's really bad.
it's just like a fucking fly.
Yeah.
Who greenlit this? Toei just wants to sell toys. They don't give a
Yeah,
shit.
pretty much.
Oh, this is just
So
an
yeah.
ONA?
I don't know.
Oh, that's what this is
I-
saying. It's just an
Yeah,
ONA.
that's- Yeah,
That
I guess that
explains
makes
why it's
sense. Yeah. That's why it's airing in like the
Mhm.
starting to air at the end of the season. It's a weird timing.
Studio Gonzo. They did good shows though. Like NHK, like Welcome to the NHK, the original Hellsing, it was animated well. Full Metal Panic, it's
Mhm.
like, they worked on Afro Samurai. How did you fuck this one up so bad?
Mm. Well, the last sort of show they did before this one was Conception, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a while since they've done good stuff from the look at. All the good
Yeah.
stuff was like ages ago. Now it's all like, ugh.
I don't know. I've heard that the sumo show is okay. Hinowaru Zoom.
Yeah, but
I've heard that's alright, but
it's just alright. Is most Earth.
yeah.
They used to do
Yeah.
some real work on some really good stuff. I don't know if they were the original, like the
Mhm.
leads, but they've definitely
Oh
worked
god.
on some good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. See, it's a show. I'm gonna watch another episode or two of it, but whew, it looks real bad.
Yeah, I might just stick with the manga.
Yeah. It's probably the right choice.
The manga doesn't look trashy. Like, it actually has human proportions as far as anime
Yeah.
goes. Anime humans.
Yeah.
Like,
God, that's the other thing. It isn't just the eyes; it's
person.
that their waists. All of their waists are like tiny. There was this one shot of
Look at this
like
waist. It looks
the
normal. I mean, pretty
yeah
tiny, but normal by anime standards.
yeah like normal proportions for anime. But there was something like their waist was like a third of the width of their shoulders, and it looks terrible. Oh God, that show.
Well, judging
Anyway.
by this image from the manga, the head
Hmm.
is at least smaller than the waist. So we
Yeah.
don't have waist smaller than heads yet in the manga. So
Yeah.
might be the way to go. Yeah, no, it looks like a really poor attempt to copy the like 80s animation style that no one knows
Yeah.
how to do anymore, let alone digitally. It's all because that was all hand done. So I'm sure they're all trying it digitally and trying to just like parse it and just like have it like autocomplete, like you know what you do
Yeah.
with animation, and it's just not working.
Yeah. That was one of the things I had in this. When I was watching this is like the thought of like, oh, they're trying to make it look like those old like 80s or 90s shows and just not hitting it right. Like with the way they do hair and how the hair moves around, it's very reminiscent of old stuff, but the rest of the show just ends up looking like trash. It's too bad.
Is the opening by a flock of seagulls?
I don't think so.
Damn it.
God, the singing in the opening is bad though, I think. If I'm remembering the song properly, it's like really off key. It sounds bad.
I just remember the one that aired in North America was I Ran by a Flock of Seagulls. And
That's
I
really
ran
good.
and ran so far away from this terrible adaptation.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, anyway, I watched other stuff too. Stuff
Alright.
that wasn't total trash.
You watch good stuff?
Yeah, like
Alright.
Convoy.
I really have to catch up.
Oh, if you do, the newest episode is incredibly good. Oh, I love it. Oh, God, that show's so good. Like, I want to talk about it, but I want to spoil it for you because you totally need to just see this stuff yourself.
I almost bought volume 6 of the manga, and then I was like, wait, I put on a Christmas list I gave to my family. I can't,
Mm.
in case they bought it. And I'm so angry I put it on that list because I really want to read it.
Oh,
I'll just have to
Yeah.
watch instead.
yeah. That's something you should binge watch to catch up on.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I got spoiled a tiny bit. I
Oh.
saw like a screenshot of them like trying on clothes or something in a photo shoot,
Mhm.
and the dude with the brick
Oh,
in his
yeah.
head's hanging out with them now. I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah.
I guess that happened somewhere.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff that happens.
Yeah, I need to really catch up.
Mm-hmm. You do. So we can talk about it and gush about how good it is.
I'll catch up before the end of the season. That's only
Yeah. It's only like 2 more episodes.
21 episodes.
Yeah.
Because I only watched the first 3 of season 1.
Wow.
21 episodes, let's go.
Alright. So yeah. I will say the one thing is in the episodes, 2 episodes before this one, or the previous 2 episodes before this one was it was actually kind of weird because this show has always had like a little bit of fan service with all the dudes being like super ripped, and but there was like it was always played for like comedy. It felt like of like it's just being kind of silly slapstick stuff and not really being super fan servicey in the way that can be gross. But in some of these episodes, it was like a lot of fan service and being like kind of crossing the line of being like, oh, this isn't really funny anymore. This is getting kind of weird. There was literally an episode of them being in the in like a hot spring and having to be naked for most of the episode, and it's like this is a little weird.
I'm
This is maybe a bit much.
I was trying to go to the author's website and see if it's like, are they a female author? Are they
Mm,
male? It's not clear
yeah.
because that could understandably explain some of that.
Hmm.
But
So,
I'm
yeah.
just spoiling myself instead.
Yeah.
No, they've literally on their thing have like circled portions of like
Mm.
the abs, and then there's like it looks like they added like hair on
Mm.
top of after like this is the area to put hair or something like
It's funny.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Uh, Another show that I watched this week was All Caught Up on Gridman,
Ooh.
which, whew, that show, it's doing the trigger thing where the last couple episodes get really weird.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing considering you said it started
Mm,
getting kind of mediocre near the middle?
I'm gonna say it's a bad thing because it's kind of just being nonsense. Like, I don't know. I don't necessarily want to spoil it, but also what if it was just The Matrix? So, I don't know.
Quick. Well, actually that makes sense cuz like whenever they're fighting and you see the background it looks like it's just like
Yeah.
in some animation and things, so that would make a lot of
Yeah.
sense. They just explain away that awkward animation thing, like, no, no, this is on purpose.
Mm,
But the important question is it gay?
no.
Can you make extremely gay fanfics?
Oh, absolutely.
Then it's good.
Like,
It's not
they
good.
are totally doing the thing of you're baiting.
Yeah.
There's some really obvious scenes. It's it's kind of a bummer, honestly. Of course, the
There's
fan
two.
base is eating it up because
There's
that's what
two.
trigger fans do.
There's 2 episodes left. I
Yeah.
want to believe.
I, I'm actually going to recommend, if you're not going to watch this show, you should at least watch episode 9 because it is one of the most visually impressive episodes of anime I've ever seen. It's incredibly good.
I actually was planning to throw this on and start binging it, but then it's like, whenever I
Yeah.
got a mecha show, I've got to finish Planet With first, and that's why I started watching
Mm,
Planet With.
yeah.
But I do plan to watch this eventually. I've just got a massive backlog of
Yeah.
shows right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I also still watching Girl in Twilight, which is that show has gotten pretty mediocre towards the end here. I don't know. I wrote this note on it like 2 weeks ago, and I don't remember what the episode was that I watched. But it's just like the writing has just gotten so weak in that show. It started off so strong and cool, and now it's just like eh. But there's only 2 more episodes, so I'll finish it. The show has become totally fine. It's okay, but nothing special. But yeah, and then I don't know, these last couple shows I don't have any major thoughts on them, but like Surune is still good, and Skullface Book Seller Honda Sen is still good, and Zombieland Saga is still very good. Run with the Wind, Bloom into You, both still very good.
I still need to catch up on Bloom Into You.
Oh, it's so good.
I feel bad I haven't, but at the same time I know what happened in all of it, so it's like I'm not in a
Yeah.
huge rush. It's more just me re-enjoying it
Hmm.
again.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had more scenes with the restaurant woman and the teacher. I just want a spin off of just those two being gay. It's very good.
I think the specials in some of the volumes are just about them, like just their point of view, like the special bonus chapters just follow
Yeah.
them. So it's kind
Yeah,
of a spin-off of them.
Mm, yeah, they have some good cute scenes together. I like that a lot. But yeah, the main part of that show is still very good too. Oh, it's just nice to have good Yuri again, and not garbage. But yeah, that's about it for stuff I've been watching.
Yeah. Did you read anything?
No, I haven't been getting manga lately.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I've mostly been reading Western stuff besides what I mentioned, so yeah, not nearly as
Yeah.
much. That's one of the reasons I'm also falling behind, is because I'm like getting back into fantasy novels, which
Yeah.
those eat a lot of time. I'm mostly just reading at work during my lunch though, so it's not a huge like cutaway, but I would play my Switch at work during lunch. Now I'm not, so now I'm playing the Switch at home more. So that's cutting into
Yeah.
anime time. It's
Oh, I get that. Yeah.
gotta watch more. I really do. There's so many shows I need to get through that
Mm.
like they're fantastic and I love them, but I just
Mhm.
I never get around to watching them. And it's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of getting around to watching shows, should we get around to talking about these book club shows?
All right, which one do we want to start with? Which one are we gonna bash
Oh
first?
boy. Oh, let's just start with Nobunaga because that comes first in my notes.
Okay,
Oh.
Nobunaga. Okay, I need to say something because I completely forgot to say it last episode. So like 3 episodes ago, when she
Yeah.
like shoots apart the ship to save the day, which was a fantastic scene.
Mm-hmm.
It came right after the episode where they're like, we can't sink that ship because our weapons won't work on ships. Then how did she shoot it apart? I was like, what the fuck? And then I forgot to bring it up in the episode, but like,
Oh.
right? Like,
Yeah.
there's no way they can't even keep their shit straight.
Well, doesn't surprise me with how the show has gone.
Yeah. I mean, the art's been nice the last 3 episodes still. The
I
art
guess.
direction's picked back up again, which is nice,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's like, why do they keep trying to be like, she's gonna fuck the Jack the Ripper, despite there not being clear, like, there's clearly no actual build up to her liking him, she just suddenly does. And it's like,
Yeah.
her trying to be like, oh, like, talking to Aso, and Aso is just like, you like him, don't you? It's like, no, I'm complaining. It's like, no, you like him, and she's like, shit, I like him. It's like, it's
Ugh.
garbage. It's hot garbage. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not even
it's-
hot garbage. It's lukewarm, throw it in the trash.
Yeah.
Inedible garbage. I mean, it's edible because I'm still watching it, but I'm just pretending
Yeah.
that's not part of it. I'm just blocking that from my mind.
Mhm.
It's like what I did with the Minato. It's like, it's too out of the left field, too sudden. Why they gotta
Yeah.
do me like this? Like, I'm pissed at the Teen Titans comics for the same reason. All of the major plot development has kind of happened outside the main comic in like spin-offs where they do like the crossover events. So if you only read the main Teen Titans line that says Teen Titans Since Rebirth, it's just like constantly the aftermath of huge events without explaining what happened, and just suddenly halfway through it's like, oh yeah, Raven and Kid Flash are totally dating. It's like, where the fuck did that come from? I think there's like 4 scenes of them interacting with each other total. Kid Flash has barely gotten any development in it because he was major part of the spin-off, so his development was there, and then Raven got none. Raven's got no development if you only read the main line, except falling in love with a boy. It's like, that's
Yeah.
been happening since 1980. It's not new. Move on. And that's how I
Yeah.
feel about shit like Nobunaga and Pleiades. It's just like, we're gonna Yuri bait at first. I mean, Teen Titans at least didn't do that, but it's like, yeah, just in the fourth quarter, make him fuck a dude. Let's go. It can't be gay. We
Yeah.
gotta show how straight this is. We gotta show that these female protagonists, that these fucking otaku people are gonna be watching, and like they can relate with Ogura. She's a military otaku. Pleiades, Subaru's just fucking moe. Dudes eat that shit up. We gotta show them that they would fuck dudes. And they
Yeah.
like dudes. So guys can pretend they could date them. It's like, stop. Just fucking stop. Stop trying to sell the illusion and the idea that they're dateable. They're fucking 2D.
Yeah.
Let them be fucking, like, let them have agency of themselves. Like, stop tying what's supposed to be your main character and their whole fucking personality into the whims of a male character. It's shit. It's trash. It's bad. Stop it.
Yeah.
I'll fight you, anime. Meet me behind the fucking Denny's at 8 p.m. Bring a knife, you'll need it.
God. Was everything with Jack is just terrible. He's such a garbage character, and she's just head over heels for him for no reason. Like, oh god. Like, I could see a way of rewriting this show to where, like, oh, girl, she likes this girl, but she also likes this guy, and is real conflicted about it. Like, that premise is okay, but then Jack is so terrible.
And they never
And,
play
like,
into it. They never play into it at
yeah.
all. It's like, clearly, like, Asao's been nice to you. She's the only one who's like thought of you and looked after you. Meanwhile, Jack's just like, you're a piece of shit. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, I caught you once. It's like, how is that the one you end up choosing? It's
Yeah, like just the way they cast us out aside, like she was at like the very beginning, then pops up one more time, and they're just like, ugh, God, it's so frustrating.
I still think the most interesting thing would have been if Asao was an evolutionary creature and like a hive mind controlling them, who had fallen in love with Ogura. And it's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Make it real angsty and shit. Like, oh, give me that, give me that. That would be so much better.
just have more of Arso in the show in general.
Yeah.
Just anything more than what she got would have been so much better.
Yeah, just like whenever she is around, she brings a new dynamic to the show and to Ogura as a character. So it's like better to have a character around that does that than just letting them be still and. Well, but they need to sell the sex appeal of her and let her get. Let boys think they can fuck her. So they'll buy it. Which I mean. Why do you need her to fuck Jack? Like that outfit is so cute. That's all you need. The big round hands and feet. It's adorable. Why the fuck do you need like? I have to throw that in every episode now because I know you hate it so much.
Oh God,
I love it.
Oh, they're the worst.
The opening scene with her hands up around the earth, it's so cute. Where she's like, I want to give her a hug.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I want to see, like, cosplay of that and just make that stuff like a sort of like, not rubber, but like kind of a soft, smushy kind, like, I forget the material name, but like where you can just fill it with stuffing and then put like, not leather, but like what you'd imagine you'd put on like a couch or whatever over it, so it's like it looks hard but it's soft.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. That stuff, right?
Yeah, and like in the feet and the hands, and then just go like smush, smush. Yeah.
Oh.
See?
That sounds pretty good.
I told you it's like the design is cute as fuck. You can do stuff with it.
Maybe.
You don't want big squishy hands that you can like squish?
I don't know. Maybe. I'll consider it. I'll take it into consideration.
Alright.
God, and then in episode 10, I have some thoughts.
I didn't like that I watched episode 10 yet.
Oh.
Now I have.
Whoops. Yeah. Yeah, God, this episode was so weird. How they spend like the first half of it kind of explaining the history of Dogu and some of those characters. But then, like, before they really get into the stuff you want to know, they like back away from it and then just go back to the present day and go back to the stuff they were doing. And it's like, no, you can't do that. You've just raised even more questions now.
I'll tell you why they did that and why it's so weird.
What?
Saint Germain is an anime original character.
Okay.
So they had to make something to justify his existence because it doesn't make sense because it wasn't in the manga. And that's why that scene exists, and why that scene is so weird. Though apparently Saint Germain, he's based off the dude who found immortality, and I guess they took that literally. He's just immortal.
Yeah.
Because he also dies in the fire and lives, like in the car fire, which I guess it sort of explains that. Kind of. He's like some immortal. But
I don't know. I just think like the stuff that you would want them to explain is like what is up with that alien thing, the, like weird rabbit statue thing, and like why was this one lady chosen specifically, and like there's all these questions that they don't answer, even though they make it seem like they're going to, and it's like if you're not going to actually get into stuff, just don't bother.
There
Like,
are 3 episodes left, so they might still get into it
Maybe.
and just dole out in small doses, like at the beginning of each of the last few episodes. I am excited to see this plan, though.
Yeah. This awful, terrible plan.
And I did like that they started to talk more about like being able to sort of feel like the intuition and the emotions of like your predecessor. Jack literally admits to being able to feel what Jack the Ripper wants. It's like, you still like him? He's gonna cut you up. He has those emotions.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Nobunaga's one of the greatest strategic minds of all time, lots of people say, right? So he comes up with this crazy plan, and Vidocq, who's more about calculations and stuff and doesn't think outside the box, is like, that's bullshit. Wait, no, it's not. And he gets so upset about it, and he keeps getting angrier.
Yeah.
He looks so tired and upset the whole time. Like, I love that whole scene where he just keeps going, shit, she's right, she's right,
Yeah.
she's right. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, get fucked, Vidocq, you piece of shit. I think he's gonna be a traitor or something.
See, I was thinking it at first, but I'm not so sure anymore. Because it was like the episode where where he made Galileo like keep going until she got hurt. It was like before that I thought he was gonna be a traitor, but after that I'm like, no, he's just garbage person. He's not a traitor.
It's just they keep talking about how it feels like there's going to be like something's wrong. It's going to be dangerous if otherwise. And the fact that Vidocq is both the original like criminologist, but also a master criminal. Like,
Yeah.
there's a high chance he's just gonna like betray them because criminal. Like, I could see it. And like him taking out Galileo because he knows she'll be a problem if he wants to do it because of her ability to like gather information.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see.
We got 3 episodes left.
3 more. Yeah.
That's alright. I don't mind 3 more episodes of this. As much as I'm frustrated at certain parts, there's still enough cool stuff going on that I'm just like, alright,
Yeah.
fuck it. I'm gonna pretend this Jack scene didn't happen.
Yeah.
Show me dancing ogre again. Possessed dancing ogre, because that's always fun.
It's so weird.
And then go fuck him up. Just go shit Vidocq down. Go tell him off, that piece of trash, and then go set up your plan.
Yeah. Yeah, that is one of the good things about this is like the Jack stuff is awful, but at least that's like in relatively short scenes. They're not leaning into it too
That's what
hard.
makes it so awful, though, is because
Yeah,
it's
like-
not enough to develop.
But no, what I mean is like it's awful, but like at least there's so much other show.
Yeah.
And there's so much other plot going on, so
Yeah.
it's like, ugh, at least it's confined to this small bit.
I just pretend it doesn't
Yeah.
happen. But I really need to write Ogre Asso fanfic because there is none that exists and it deserves to. It deserves so much more too than
Oh,
fucking
totally.
Ogre fucking Adam.
Yeah. God, what a terrible pair. Anyway, do you have any more thoughts on?
There was a weird sex joke about only the princess can ride me. Those two are fucking.
Oh, okay.
Those two are definitely
Oh,
let's go.
absolutely.
It's too bad her
100%.
design is fucking trash. I hate her
God.
so much with those goggles and the big boobs and the like.
Oh,
I turn
yeah.
into an ATV.
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb.
Oh.
Just get
It's
rid
the
of
worst.
her. As much as I'm like, yeah, they fucking that's great. It's like, no, get rid of her. Get rid of her. Make
Yeah.
it Ogre, Lemon, ass out. Just let's go.
Sure, that sounds good.
I'll do it. We'll do it at the end of this. Once we
All
finish.
right. Yeah.
Still gotta finish the Teen Titans one. I'm super excited to write. I just juggle too much stuff at once.
Yeah. Oh, get it done eventually.
One
Someday.
day.
Yeah. So anyway, how about you, say then? This garbage show.
Oh, why does Jose have to be Jose? Why does it have to be like this? How does this
Yeah.
have a higher rating than Nobunaga?
Yes. Oh, how does this have a higher rating? This
I
is
guess a lot
bizarre.
of people are just interested in the concepts. Well, it is. It's showing different concepts at you, like slapping you in the face with them. Like, you like this now? You like this now?
Yeah. This is.
It didn't even deserve the 240p I watched in. Deserved to
Seriously?
suffer in 144.
Nice. It does. Oh. Yeah, I'm rereading my notes from episode 9, and this is just the worst.
Episode 9
anxiety
was
was
fucking
terrible.
awful. Yeah, like everything in episode 9 was terrible. They're just like, we introduced Karen, let's kill her off.
Yeah.
Zoggy, what are you talking about? Karen's. Oh, I guess Karen's dead. Okay, like doesn't defend.
Yeah.
It's just trash, trash, trash. And then of course you have Third just doing what he did. Like as soon as
Hmm.
Third's like, it's a duo battle. I'm like, you fucking like. I knew he was the one who killed her beforehand. There was no one else it could have
Yeah.
been. But I was just like, you fucking up to it again. Does no one
Yeah.
remember what happened last time?
Yeah. Oh God. That episode that was legitimately terrible. It was nothing good happened in that
No,
episode.
it was all fucking trash.
Hmm.
Zoggy almost died. Apparently he lives, but it's just like, yep, fuck
Yeah.
Zoggy up. All right, you're the duo now. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh God. And then yeah, episode 10 was managed to be better, but it was
It,
still
there's some
terrible.
interesting stuff in it. How like
Yeah.
I was so upset because the thing where it's like, oh yeah, Third's actually a military commander. Like that's somewhat interesting. Oh yeah, he
Hmm.
had to genetically alter his hair and race to blend in. No, he didn't. You could have just let him still be this. Like, why is he suddenly the only other white-skinned, white-haired boy? Like, is he somehow related to
Yeah.
Thor? Like, he's the only
Yeah.
other one. Like, there's got to
When
be
when
some reason for it.
yeah, when Third came back with that silver hair, I was like, oh my God, that's why he's called Third, is because he's the third brother. But then nope, he's
No.
just like, oh, I was wearing the disguise. Like, oh, what?
What if he was right the whole time?
Oh,
Oh shit.
wild.
Yeah, but no, not even close. And then we have
Hmm.
his whole motivation is just, oh, I just want to go to Earth. I don't give a shit about the rest of this.
Yeah, yeah. So,
He mentions being in love with another girl. No, lying. He just wants to go to Earth.
well, yeah, that's so
Which they
weird.
ask why not just resell Earth, and they never answer, which pisses me off.
Yeah.
I like Doctor Loki. He seems like the only like reasonable guy. It's like we don't have to do this right now. I'll kill everyone. It's like yeah, but I want to see it in my lifetime. It's like fuck your lifetime. It's gonna end now. You don't get to. Like
Mm.
God,
Yeah.
all the justifications and all that were all fucking trash. It's all just.
Yeah.
I don't know why they had to send like a whole platoon of soldiers as well and like gear up to go turn off the bomb. Like, all you have to do is input some codes. Dude, like,
Yeah.
is there gonna be people fighting? Like,
I
maybe,
mean, I
weirdly.
think they have to go back to like the main space station, so there'll probably be guards all over the place.
I thought
I
they were just
assume.
going to a place on Chimera, like on the planet somewhere.
I thought they were. I thought they were going to the other, like the main space station where the show started. I don't know.
I
I
thought they
guess
were
we'll
just
find
going
out.
to the other thing. I thought they were going on Chimera. It's like,
I
you
don't know.
have Dr. Loki, like the second in command, he can just like go, here, let me pass. Because like the
Mm.
guys of I turned against Odin, he can't get messages
Mm-hmm.
out saying not to. Otherwise,
Yeah.
they want to let Doctor Loki and them leave. I don't fucking know.
God, what a bad show.
Yeah, and it's only like life is meaningless. I want to die. Fine, I'll have your kid. It's like no. The whole thing was a eugenics scam all along, and you're just playing into it.
Yeah. Oh God, that whole thing is just so bad. Like, and the thing is, I feel like they wrote themselves into a corner with it, because oh, they're gonna go save the planet full of people, and that will be their big victory. But then, like, oh, what is Thor just gonna agree to this weird genetics program and just let them breed him into some new generation of people, like do exactly the thing that they wanted to do from the start? Like, come on.
And it's
Oh,
like Tiz gonna be like, wait, you only fucked me because it would save humanity? And then just
yeah.
like, got him. Just murder him. Do it,
Oh,
Tiz. Kill them all.
yes. Oh, that'd be so good.
Tiz is gonna die. There's
Probably.
only one episode left. She's gonna die because he says, be safe, get everyone here, I'll be back. It's like, fuck no, you won't.
Yeah. Oh,
They're
she
both
probably is
gonna
gonna
die.
die.
They're all gonna die.
Oh, hopefully. That'd be a good way to end the show. Just everyone's dead.
Yeah.
Ugh.
This needed to be more than 11 episodes or it needed to calm the fuck down.
Yeah. It did not have a garbage rating. Is what it needed.
It needed to not spend so much time building up the rule of duo and the like firsts and thirds over like the first 4 episodes, because then it just threw them
Mhm.
out the window. It was like,
Yeah.
yeah, this doesn't matter. We've killed them all.
God.
Now we have to play by these rules. Oh wait, no we don't, because we killed these people. So now we have to play by these rules. It's like, just make it clear
Hmm.
from the get go, or the first twist. You don't need 5 twists. It's too
Seriously,
convoluted now. Stop it.
this show can't stop twisting and turning.
There's gonna
It's
be
real
twists in the
bad.
last episode. Rye's gonna be
God.
alive. Rye's gonna
Sure.
save the day.
Sure. Why not?
Zoggy's gonna save the day, and Karen's going to be alive.
Mm.
And he's gonna say, "No, I'm gonna fuck Karen instead. See you, Tiz," and then Tiz is gonna kill them all.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hopefully. God. Oh. My last note on these episodes is that in episode 10, like near the end, Thor realizes like, oh, they're lying. Sagi was telling the truth, and all these people up here were lying. Like, oh, that thing that we were warned about was a lie, was actually a lie. Wow, weird. It's just like, oh God, Thor, you're such an idiot. You're just such a dipshit. Oh.
Oh, I hated this one thing though. Like, well, we had you to send you to come here to see if you could survive. That was your test.
Hmm.
So when we sent you here, we had Third secretly look out for you and ensure you'd win, completely nullifying the fact that
Yeah.
it's supposed to be a test of your own power. It's like,
Ugh.
no, Third just set everything up for you. Like,
Yeah.
God, what was Third's real name even? I don't even fucking remember.
Oh, it was Heather Sigurd,
Something.
something like that. But yeah, first name Heather. Yeah, Heather Sigurd.
Spoiler. Yeah,
That's
Heather
a cute
Sigurd.
name. Yeah, I kind of like that name, to be honest.
Why did they whitewash him? They literally, he went and had a shower and whitewashed himself. He
Mm.
literally whitewashed himself. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, first time having working showers, just wash all those genetics off. God damn it.
Oh God.
Why is this show like this? It's okay.
Ugh.
It's okay. It's almost over. Only one more episode.
Almost one more, and we're done with garbage.
Almost done. Almost good.
Yeah. There's there's something I need to vent about with this show,
Hmm.
and it came up a lot in this episode. Is that okay? So I really like Norse mythology. I've read a lot of it, and I like a lot of those stories. It's cool stuff, and it really bothers me when stuff just like takes names from it and then doesn't try and like incorporate elements of those original characters into the characters in the show. So this having like Thor and Loki and Asgard and Midgard and all this stuff is like really annoying to me. It's like these are nothing like, they have zero connection to these names. They just took them because they sound cool, and it's so annoying. Ugh. Anyway.
You're gonna really fucking hate Evangelion. That is
Oh yeah,
all
probably.
Christian iconography and symbolism
Well,
and
it's
words.
Christian.
And when asked about it, they just said, "Oh, we just did it because it looked
Yeah.
cool. We don't fucking." And people like spent years trying to like figure out what it means. It's just like, no, it looked cool.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean like
it's the
specifically
same.
with Norse stuff because
It's
I'm
the
actually
same.
interested in that.
It's the same concept though.
Yeah, I know, but
Yeah,
like I don't care about Christian mythology, so
that's fair.
yeah. Anyway,
I,
so
I,
yeah,
I,
USA.
I guess
Yeah.
the one thing we found out is in the future when humanity's dying off, it's the Nordic people who survive it all.
Yeah.
The the good I don't know what exactly you would call like ancient Viking tribes. Like, would
I
they
don't
be
know.
the Danish now, Scandinavian? They're kind of a mix. Like Nordic's the right word,
Mm.
I guess. But
Yeah, I think Nordic would be the word.
yeah,
I don't know. People get really upset when you say Scandinavian. Apparently, that's only some of the countries I think it is.
yeah. Well,
It's like,
it's only a part, right? It's not the
yeah,
whole.
yeah.
Like I'm pretty
It's
sure
only.
there like a lot of like there was Danish Vikings too. I'm pretty sure
Hmm.
and stuff. Like it's a large area. It's a very large area and large group mixed with other large groups. That's how the world works.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just the true believers who don't really remember what it means anymore of like the Asgardian mythos who live, so they just take the words because they think it's cool, and that's why they're
Yeah.
trying like the perfect child. white hair, blue eyes, eugenics are making him. It's like, that's some Hitler talk right there.
Yeah.
Odin, please.
Oh, yeah. Hmm. So yeah, we will see how the show ends next week, thankfully.
I did like how the guards like had a moment to be gay for him too. Like he looks like shit, but everyone's like, "You're the most beautiful man I've ever seen." It's like he's
Yeah.
16, looks like a complete doofus, and there's military guys just like, "Wow, you really
Yeah.
are beautiful." It's like, calm down there.
Like what?
Uh,
Yeah.
I think your fellow guards might need to restrain you, take you to the brig.
Mhm.
That's a child there.
God, what a bad episode.
What a bad show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
it's okay. We got through it
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
So we do gotta start talking since next week's the last episode about what we're gonna be watching after. So we're
Yeah.
gonna watch some
So,
OVAs or movies or some.
yeah, I'm thinking we're definitely gonna watch Black Magic M66.
Alright. That's on High Dive?
Yeah, High
Yeah.
Dive VRV. So yeah, it's there. And I don't know after that. I'll figure that out later.
Yeah, cause
Yeah, I should do too. But yeah,
yeah, we'll need one more thing.
yeah, we can figure that out next week or the
Yeah.
week after. We got time.
Yeah, this gives us a day. But do we want to just decide now? Do we want to try to do the thing where we pick a show for the other person to watch next season, and then try to find a guest to give us another show? Do we want to try that as we were talking
Yeah,
about?
sure.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, we just do the like rewatch exchange. or what.
Yeah. Although they don't have to be rewatches, we can just make.
Yeah.
So next season we're just going to make the other person watch a show. It can be any show, and they have to each week explain it back to us. And then we're going to
Yeah.
try to find a guest for the first episode and the last episode who will give us like a mutual show to watch.
Mhm.
That's the goal. But knowing us and
Yeah.
finding guests,
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
yeah, we'll see how that goes. Maybe we'll hit a randomizer in the end. That'll be our
Yeah.
guest.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Ooh. Apparently
I have
the
some-
director of Black Magic M66 worked on JoJo's and Golden Boy.
Yeah.
Wild.
Should be an interesting time.
Yeah. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, I wasn't saying anything.
You sure?
Yeah.
I thought you were going
Yeah,
to.
it's just no. So yeah. Yeah, I think this is gonna be about it for us this week.
I already know what I'm gonna make you watch.
Is it Lance and Masks?
It's probably Lance and Masks.
Oh, I hate this already. See,
If-
I was gonna make you watch a good show.
See, Lance and Masks is actually super entertaining though. Like it's terrible and bullshit, but it's like one of those ones that's so bad it's good.
Yeah.
Like I highly enjoyed it because I just couldn't stop laughing at it. And I did say it's probably. I didn't say it's definitely. There's a few other
Okay.
things I'm interested in your opinions on.
Hmm.
We'll have to double
Interesting.
check stuff. Have you seen Comet Lucifer?
I don't think so.
Because I'm curious how you would react to that show.
I might have watched like the first episode one. Oh yeah, I watched the first episode and dropped it. Apparently, I don't
Alright.
remember doing that, but
I'm
that's what my
curious
anime
how
says.
you would feel about that show.
Mm.
There's a few here that. A few.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a short list of shows here that I would like to see you see. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to double check though, and like we're gonna have to double check and make sure the other person hasn't seen them.
Mm-hmm. True. We will get that figured out though. We still have like 3 more weeks of current stuff, so
3
we
more.
got time.
Yeah, but just letting people know ahead of time how we're gonna
Yeah.
be doing it, because it will be a change to our regular format.
Format. Yeah.
Which we've been talking about experimenting a bit with, bringing in some more non-anime stuff, but I
Mhm.
think we'll try out this for the next season, and then maybe go into
Yeah.
more non-anime. Because we did talk about this before the non-anime thing, and this seems like a fun thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
It does.
we'll see how this goes. It could go super poorly. It could go super well. Maybe I'll just pick 12 movies for you to watch. Have you ever
I'm
seen
okay with that.
Keras? How many
Keras?
episodes? It's an OVA. How many episodes does this have? It's 6 episodes.
Mm,
Ooh. I think you'd actually really like that. Ooh.
yeah?
Oh, but
I
then I
don't
have
know
to
if I've
find
seen
another
this.
6 episodes, and that's a struggle finding something that's only 6.
There's a couple of 6-episode things on like Crunchyroll and High Dive.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm not sure if you can watch Keras just streaming anywhere. I have the DVDs.
Yeah. Mm,
Oh shit. Oh, Space Pirate Mito. Have
mm,
you seen that?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's another good one. I'd recommend the dub
Mm,
for that.
interesting.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
We'll
Or
see.
Samurai Jam Bakumatsu. You would fucking hate it. It's
Mm.
Samurai Jam Bakumatsu. It's terrible. It pretends to be historical, but it's just hot dudes playing rock music to beat the shogunate. It's
Interesting.
terrible. We'll
Yeah.
see. I'll run some more
Yeah.
by you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. We'll do that, and we'll see you next week. This has been Shenanimegans. You can find us on twitch.tv/Sasam, SASAM, shenanimans.moe, where you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can catch us on Twitter at Sasambots and at that lastly, and you can join our Discord at shenanimans.moe/Discord.
Oh,
That's everything. Yeah?
right. Uh, Not next episode, but the last 2 episodes are probably going to be on different days
Yeah, because
because it's the 24th and
Christmas Eve.
31st.
Yeah.
We might move back to Sundays for those 2.
Yeah, that's probably going to
That's
happen.
that seems like the best course of action, I think.
Yeah, so yeah.
To Sundays.
We'll
So,
confirm that next week, but that's probably what's going to happen.
yeah. But just a heads up, it won't be on the regular days
Yeah.
because those are going to be days, well, not so much the 24th, but the 31st people are going to be out drinking.
Yeah.
Or not drinking, but out
Yeah.
partying.
Yeah.
And the
So, yeah.
24th, everyone's sleeping early so they can wake up early for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So yeah, we will see you next week on the 17th.
have a good night.
Good night.